They don't want none of this Gemini.
They don't want it.
They don't even know what they don't even know what they get into.
Yes, today we have in the studio my big sis, ATL's hottest curvy model, a published author, the host of the Tammy D. Taylor Show, the CEO and founder of The Weight We Carry. Need I go on? My sis, Tammy D. Taylor.
Hey, fool.
Hey, sis. I'm so happy to have you here today.
I am so happy to be here. Congratulations on everything. Your 5th show.
Thank you so much. And congratulations to you as well.
Thank you, baby.
I'm so happy to have you here. You ready? Let's dive into it.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
So, today we are going to be talking about how losing a loved one to suicide impacts mental health. And now, you know, my last couple episodes is we've been talking about mental health because for some reason I just feel that it's something that we really need to talk about because there's so much that is going on. So many people that are going through so many things. And it's something that we just need to talk about.
I agree.
And so today you are going to address this. You're going to go ahead and you're going to talk about that. So let's dive in.
Okay, yeah, I do want to bring a different perspective because,
Yes.
you know, I'm a fan, so I done watched all your shows.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I'm a fan. So, but I did want to bring a different perspective because,
Yes.
of course, we do want to stop, you know, self-hurt, you know, killing yourself, suicide, things like that. We want to prevent it, but sometimes we can't.
Right.
And, you know, what that does is like when you lose someone to suicide. I lost my brother, you know, and my brother was my very best friend. I talked to my brother every day. We hung out, you know, like we hung out like me and you hang out. Like that was my guy. He was my dude. So how do I process the fact that somebody that I was that close to was in that much pain?
And you didn't know.
And I didn't know.
Right.
I had no idea.
Right.
You know, I found some things out after he passed, but I'm just like, how did I not know that?
Right.
Or why didn't he feel comfortable enough to tell me?
Right.
And that guilt still is with me.
Yeah.
You know, I still feel that. You know, I feel, I sometimes I can't even wrap my head around it. And
Because you're trying to figure out what could you probably have done differently.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So you're going through all those emotions and trying to figure out what could I have done to make him want to talk to me, or that he couldn't, you know.
Or if I had have made that one phone call,
Right.
You know, if I had have done this, if I had have done that, maybe he would have seen that, you know, his life was worth living, you know. And I go through that quite a bit, you know, but I do know that he was gonna do what he was gonna do,
Right.
but still in the same frame of mind, I know that. There was not, I mean, I just, in the same state of mind, I still think that there was something that I could have done. And I'll always think that. That's just something I can't get rid of, you know. But it put me in a state of depression, you know, because I lost my brother.
Yeah, that was your brother. I mean, that was your brother.
And my brother felt like he had to take his own life to ease his pain. And, you know, I do speak on it. You know, some people, some families are ashamed, but I do speak on it because I want to prevent. That is my way of prevention. You know, I'm not a mental health professional.
Right. But you're speaking from a sister perspective, right?
Yeah.
From somebody that have lost someone. So you know what it's like to go through those feelings and those emotions. So you're just trying to be there so that maybe you can help the next person.
And if somebody's thinking about it,
Right.
if you're thinking that they'll be better off without me, no, we will not be better off without you.
Right.
This is something that you're leaving with your people that love you. My brother had 4 children and a wife. And that's what we're left with. You know, and I just want to, every chance I get, I speak on it. I just want to get it out there that, you know, we need you here.
Yeah.
You know, we need you. We need you. That's not the answer. Just don't ever think that your family, your loved ones don't need you.
Right. And I know something that many may not know, that one of the things that you were doing when you had with the call center, right? The line that you were, tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so yeah, I was a counselor at the crisis line. And now, and I did that for a couple of years till it just got too much for me. But what I would do was I was a crisis counselor, and what we were trained to do was to de-escalate. So, and it was text. It was the text crisis. So they would respond to us through, by text.
Who was it that were like the actual people that are going through? They just have a number to call?
No, they would text.
They would text.
It was
right.
it was a text line.
Okay.
Because sometimes you don't want to talk.
Right.
And then teenagers, first thing they want to do is text. And a majority of the people that I would communicate with were teenagers.
Wow.
And what we would do is de-escalate on the spot. And if we needed to send medical personnel or emergency personnel out to that particular home, we would. If there were resources that there were resources that we had available to us to send to them. So we would do that. But there's only been a few times that I actually had to send send the police out to someone. And the thing with that is we never know. We never find out how it ended or how it ended up.
Wow. So that have to be hard because here you didn't talk to someone, try to de-escalate by texting, and you thinking, okay, did I save this person? Like what? And not knowing the outcome.
You never know the outcome. You don't know if you saved that person. You don't know if they took their life. You don't know, especially the ones that just stop texting out of the blue. So you just never know what happened. Wow. And so that kind of got to me. That's the reason why I stopped doing it.
Yeah, because the fact that you just don't know, like I wouldn't even know because I'm always, be overthinking. I'm overthinking. I'm like, okay, well, I wonder what happened. Then I can't sleep because I'm wondering if,
that person.
Yeah, so that have to be hard. So is that still around? Is that something that they're still using?
Yeah, now they merged with the National Suicide Prevention, and I think it's 988.
Yeah, through the CDC.
Yeah, the 988. They merged. So now the crisis text line is merged with that line, so you can either text or call.
That's good to know because I actually use that and I share that. I've been the last few weeks actually on my shows. I've been actually showing that same one, trying to give the folks, so they'll have a resource that they can go ahead and look and call, and if they feel like they're in that situation and they need somebody to talk to. So that's good to know.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Wow. I couldn't even imagine. So you taking all that in because you're still dealing, right, with your own, and you're still trying to help somebody else and prevent them from doing the same thing. How hard is that?
Well, prayer. It's actually not as hard as you think.
Right.
Helping others, that's my therapy. Again, I still can't rationalize why it happened, but it did happen. So what I have to do is figure out a way to process it and live with it. Right. And so that's what I do. I help people, and it that's my therapy. I did have to. After a lot of other things that I went through, I did have to speak with a mental health professional, but it put everything into perspective for me. And so that's why I dive in so hard when I'm trying to help others, when I want people to love themselves.
Yes.
That self-love that I preach about all the time.
Yes.
That is why I go so hard. That's one of the reasons why I go so hard on that.
Right.
Because you gotta love yourself
and not look
first.
for acceptance from other people,
right.
Like we always talk about.
Right, because if you're trying to find acceptance from other people, you're never gonna find it. So if you're basing your worth on what other people think of you, the next thing you know, you're in a state of depression. You feel like you don't deserve to be here, and all it takes is one thing to push you over, pull you back. And I always say that. But if you grounded in self-love, You don't care what nobody think.
That's right.
Because you know it's going to always be somebody that don't like you. It's going to always be somebody that talk about you. It's going to always be some haters out there because the haters hate hard.
Yeah, really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, and that's their goal. Their goal is to make you feel less than
And tear you down.
and tear you down because it makes them feel better. But if you grounded in self-love, you can say what you want to say.
Right.
Because I love me some me, and ain't nobody going to love me more than
That's right.
I
That's
love
right.
me.
Yes. And that's why, you know, you my big sis. You know. And I love the fact that even with your organization, the weight we carry, you know, tell us a little bit about that, because all that goes hand in hand
All of it is
with
tied in.
self-love, everything, and you speaking light and life into these women because you want them to feel that so that they don't feel like it's the end. They have nobody to talk to. And then, like you said, then they fall into, or even just, you know, we always, you know, telling them, oh, you're beautiful, you're beautiful, you know, because believe it or not, some people they don't hear that.
Right.
You know, they're not used to that.
Right.
Somebody's telling them, especially from one woman to another one.
Exactly.
you know?
Especially from one woman to another.
So talk a little bit about that with the weight we carry with, you know, like you said, your whole intent, because you don't want them to fall into that cycle.
Okay, so the Weight We Carry Women's Initiative, Inc. is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and you are my board secretary. You sit on the
Yes, I
board.
am.
You so much more than a secretary.
I
I'm
know,
just saying.
I know,
But,
I know.
you know, I'm like, okay, I trust her with everything. And the secretary is the one that got her hands in everything. So you the secretary, on paper, but you everything.
I know, because I get the sense,
You the everything. But so the Weight We Carry Women's Initiative Inc. is the main focus is to make sure women are able to empower themselves. Right. You know, there's a lot of organizations. We're a self-empowerment organization. We do things to empower you. No, you need to provide resources for these women to empower themselves because they can't depend on other people to make them love themselves. Right. Right. So empowerment, and I hope I'm not throwing the shade, but people throw that word empowerment, women's empowerment, around too loosely, I believe.
Right.
You know, because you need to be able to look at yourself, look in the mirror, and love who you see. And if there's something going on where you know you need improvement, you need to be able to ask for help and not feel shame or embarrassed.
Right.
So that's where my organization comes in, because you come to me, I want to be able to provide the resources for you to feel or have what you need to put you on the path to being able to empower yourself.
Right. And so you provide a lot of things within your organization that, you know, the resources, even so far as making them look beautiful.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Not even because they're already beautiful, but if they need things to go on, let's say an interview or that, you provide everything for them to help them along their journey.
Yes. I have the Threads of Kindness Community Closet. That is a Weight We Carry initiative. And what I do is I'm constantly taking donations, clothing donations, shoes, just constantly. And I donate them as needed. I do have preparing a donation now to go to a group home for young ladies. But, you know, when women come to me and I got this job interview, but I haven't worked in 6 months. I ain't got nothing to wear to this interview. You know, those are the outer, it may seem small to some people.
Right.
But their entire livelihood is dependent on to be able to dress and possibly get this job. You know, so that's where the Threads of Kindness Community Closet comes in. You know, it's not, you know, I need some clothes
just because.
Right. No, it's for a purpose. Again, everything I do, I want to be able to get you to the next level, or at least make you believe that you're able to get to the next level, because I can put you in a place, but if you don't believe you deserve to be there, you're going to lose your space. You're going to lose your spot, because all it's going to take is one person to say, no, you don't belong here, and you're going to believe it, because you're going to believe them because you don't believe in yourself.
But when they come to you and they talk to you and you pour into them, right? And you speaking all these things, speaking light, you give them that. Like you make them feel that, wow, I can do this. Wow, I am beautiful.
That's my God.
You
That's
know,
why I'm here.
I am beautiful.
That's
or whatever it is I was thinking about doing, perhaps to myself, or I felt like it was the end of the world. I stand a chance. Like, okay, I can really do this now. So you give them that. You give them that. And because of everything else that you done been through, because you know those signs. You know, and even for myself, you know, a lot of times, you know, you want to be, well, first, you want to be able to talk and get it out. And that should be your circle of people that you feel like you can talk to them without feeling shame, right? Without feeling shame, without feeling like if I say something, it's going to be taken the wrong way or it's going to be out. Or people going to judge me. So if I say, okay, I'm not having a great day. Like for me, just yesterday was the anniversary of my father's death, January 18th. So I know when I hit those certain times when you can feel it. It's like I'm quite sure when you get close to that time with you losing your brother, those dates, do you feel like it's a shift in even with your parent, you know, your mom?
Yeah.
You feel like it's just, I can't even explain, but I know everything is off. Like I just feel different.
Yep.
And then I look and I said, wow, it is getting close to that time. So, and I remember when all that happened for me, I was at that place and a lot of people didn't know.
Right.
You know, I was at that dark place where I felt like, you know, mom gone, one person I talk to every day. Then, you know, of course, I'm a daddy's girl. So then after losing my father, you know, and I had just started going back home to visit. It took a long time because after I lost her, I went overseas. I went to Germany. Lived in Germany and was there that whole time. But again, not talking to anybody, that was the way I dealt with that by leaving, not going back home. You know, we go and staying busy, keeping busy. So I didn't have to think about everything. So now when I finally started trying to go back home to Baltimore to visit, get hit with my dad. You know, my dad gets COVID and my dad passed away. Daddy's girl. So have I been back home to visit since? I haven't been back. So, but that place you go to sometimes when you don't, you know, you channeling all those emotions and stuff, it can be a dark place. It can be a very sad place, a very difficult place. So if you don't have that person, those people that, you know, just calling to check up on you, and it's so important, check on your people.
Right.
It doesn't hurt a phone call. Text is great, which I just think that sometimes we need to pick up the phone, especially when you know, let me call and check. You know, you don't have to bring it up, but just a conversation that helps take their mind off, because what happened for me, I got to that place and, you know, just like, wow, like everybody, they're gone.
Right.
You know, so you kind of feel like you kind of lose who you are. You feel like you just don't have anybody. And you can be surrounded by so many people
And still
and
be
still
lonely.
be lonely and feel lonely.
Yep.
That's the sad thing about that.
You could be surrounded in a room full of people and still feel empty and lonely. Now, for me, it's the holidays, just because my dad's birthday, December 19th, my mother's birthday, December 24th, and my brother's birthday is January 2nd. Wow. So December used to be like a shutdown month.
Yeah.
You know, but again, I focus and pour into others. That's what I do. That's my therapy for it. And if I can take everything, I see now everything happens for a reason.
Right.
God put me here, and I know this is why I'm here. This is my purpose. What I'm doing right now is my purpose, and I know this with everything, every fiber in my being. So there's no doubt. So everything that I've gone through, I use it to pour into others. Because it's women out there, men too. I always say women because I'm a woman, and that's what I identify as closely with, is women. They don't know how to process it, you know, and maybe just seeing how I process it, knowing what I went through, because I'm very transparent with everything.
Right.
Now, there was a time when I wasn't.
Same here, yeah.
Yeah, I'm very transparent with everything I've gone through. My domestic violence, me not loving myself, me looking in the mirror and just crying because I did not like who I saw. All of that, I speak on it because I know there's someone else. If I felt it,
Somebody else is feeling
somebody else is feeling it. And they may not know how to deal with it. You know, they may not have the strength to deal with it. That's why I come in.
Yeah, and then they looking at you and they say, you know.
When they look at me, they see the confidence. They see me doing all these things, the runways,
Right.
you know, the podcasts, TV shows. I'm doing all of these things, but you don't know what it took for me to be able to do this. So when I tell them what I went through, and I went through what you're already going through,
right.
you see that I'm a light at the end of the tunnel. You see that God is glowing through me, not shining, because a shine is the light that's shining on us right now. That's on the outside.
That's right.
But the glow, I call
glow.
it God's glow.
That's
that
right.
glow comes from within, baby.
That's right.
And can't nobody give that to you but God. But you got to know to reach out and ask for it. And that's something I didn't know. It took me 30 years to ask God to show me and tell me
Right.
why.
Why?
Nobody loved me. God told me, I love you.
That's right.
Took a year. God built me up. It took a year.
And now you're here.
And now I'm here.
That's right. And that's why what you do is just that great, because you done been through it. You done been through it. And you're still able to help the next queen.
That's what I'm here for.
And exactly.
That's what I'm here for. And like I said, you going to have the people out there. The hate is strong with some of these.
And you have to know you got to have that armor. And I think even for me now, my younger self was way different. But now, this person here that you see in 2025, no. Because here's the thing. We cannot change what a person say, what they do, or how they feel about us. However, what we can change is what we allow to be in our ear gate.
Yep.
And we can remove ourselves from a situation.
'Cause I always say what you think about me and how you feel about me, that ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right. And a lot of times that's the case. And a lot of times that's the case.
To do with me.
It's not you, it's the other person,
Yeah.
because they're struggling within.
And I try to, and then, you know, there's some people that you see that, and some of them I feel sorry for, because I know it's something that you're dealing with from within.
Right.
And I know that God protects me. So my, I see it coming. You know, God protects me. You know, and I see it. I see it coming a mile away. So I know I know how to deal with you.
Right.
You know, you're not gonna surprise me with anything.
Right.
You know, because again, God got me.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah, and that's the great thing. We know that even getting here speaking, that this is something that's here. It's nothing that we haven't been through. We've been through this. We've been there. So, and I think that's why even my show is so dear to me, because what I'm talking about, and I want to talk about things that people just don't talk about.
right.
You know, everything is not always going to be glitz and glamour.
Exactly.
Mental health, right.
We make it look like that because
right.
we're models, but it's a
Right.
lot that goes.
Exactly.
It's so much more than what's on the surface. And that's my TV show.
Yeah.
You know, made over inside out.
Yes, we got that. We have to talk because that goes hand in hand exactly with everything else. Yes.
Yeah. So Made Over Inside Out is a makeover show, and it's produced by Ego Entertainment Network, and it's going to drop in the summer on Ego TV Network. Yeah, I'm very, very proud of that. I am the host.
excited
It
for
is
you
Made
guys.
Over Inside Out with Tammy Taylor. And what it is, it's a makeover show, but we start from the inside because, again, everything, makeup, lashes, this hair, all that, that's on the surface. But what's going on in here?
Inside.
You know, I would leave a fashion show, photo shoot, go home, look in the mirror, and not like who I saw. And everybody in the room done told me how beautiful I am.
So it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, I done
gotta-
been told I'm beautiful the whole day. And I get home and can't stand what I'm looking at. So it starts inside. You know, you got to get this fixed because what you're going to do is you're going to go through all these different things. You're going to make all these changes on the outside. That's why I believe we have so many the BBLs and all this.
Right.
Because you're trying to fix something on the outside.
But you're doing it for all the wrong reasons.
You got to fix the
You gotta
inside
take-
first.
Yes.
You got to fix the
You
inside
got to take
first.
care of the inside because you can be so, and then at the same time, you can be so pretty on the outside,
And
but
be
be so
ugly
ugly
on the
inside.
inside, yeah.
So everything goes hand in hand
Yeah, so we
with
start.
our mental, our
Yeah.
thought process, and everything.
Yeah, so we start the makeover on the inside. The first thing they're going to
Good.
do is they're going to sit down with a mental health professional. And whatever it is that they're dealing with that's keeping them from feeling as beautiful as we see them, you know, they're going to tackle that part, you know, and then we're going to do the outside. We're going to have a stylist, and they're going to, you know, we're going to style them, and we're going to have a makeup artist, hairstylist. We're going to give them a complete makeover, and then we're going to do the unveiling and things like that.
It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be amazing. I
I
can't wait.
cannot wait.
It's going to be so hot. I can't
I'm
wait.
so excited because it's, again, going with what you stand for. Mm-hmm.
Everything is full circle. I'm telling you.
It's all
like I
falling
said,
in place.
when God told me what I needed to do, He also put things in place for me to do it. Because
Right.
I don't know, I'm going with the flow.
And
I'm
it's just been
serious.
coming, and everything's been coming to
It's
you.
been coming to me. I haven't asked for anything.
Right.
Every opportunity to get out, every opportunity to speak, everything has come to me. I haven't gone and asked for anything. You know, and I have several opportunities presented to me, and I have to pray on it to make sure
It's the right thing.
it's the right thing.
That's right.
Because every opportunity that's presented to you isn't from God.
Right.
So you got to be careful with that as well.
Exactly.
So it's a blessing, man. Like everything is like, man.
I'm so
It's so amazing. God is so amazing. I don't want to be, I
Yeah.
want to take you to church. We talking about mental health, but you know, that's where I get my strength from.
Right.
You know, that's where I get, my I'm so strong mentally because I go to God first.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But with that, another thing I want to touch on is, yes, you go to God, right? You pray about
right.
it. You know, in our community, we so quick to say, just pray on it. Yeah, we pray on it, but we pray about it, but we need to talk about it as well.
Exactly. You got to
You
talk
know,
about it.
therapists, mental health professionals are in place. They're tools that God put here for us. A lot of people don't see it that way. You know, they'll see, well, you putting your business out there in the street to a stranger. You know, pray about it,
Right.
but then talk about it.
And that's the point. You need to talk about it. Talk about it and get the help because it's there. You know, it's okay. And I keep saying it. I've been saying it at every show. It is okay to get help.
It's okay to
It's
not be okay.
Right.
It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to say, I'm not okay. It's okay to say, I need a mental health day.
Because you've done it.
Oh, yeah.
You've done it. So, you look, I'm
I
not
ain't doing this. I ain't going. I don't feel
And
like it. I can't
you
be bothered
exactly.
today.
You have said, look, no.
I tell y'all no. I tell y'all no so fast. I'm like, nah.
Yep.
I be that who all gonna be there. That's a real thing.
Yeah.
That's real for
Yeah.
me. Like, if you somebody that's gonna
Mess with because you
gonna mess with my mental, and I don't feel like I'm strong enough to deal with you. I ain't coming. That's when I say who all gonna be there. That means it's a very like I might come. I might
yeah.
not. If you give me the wrong person, you say the wrong name. no, I ain't gonna make this.
Because the energy is everything.
The energy
The
is
energy,
everything.
everything. And that's where.
And I can't be around nobody or be in a situation or be in a mental state where I'm gonna let somebody take me out my character. And I'm to the point now where I know, like, I'm feeling this way. So if I'm gonna be in this place, and I know who's gonna be there,
It's not good. You stay home.
I'm gonna stay home.
You
This
stay
is
home.
just a stay home day.
Yeah, you stay home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so again, we've been places where the energy wasn't right,
Right.
and and again, some days you strong enough to deal with
And
it,
then some days
and
you're
some
not.
days you're not.
Because I know yesterday, you called me.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to you on the phone. I talked to, a few people on the phone,
Mm-hmm.
that was like, and on top of that, I had also received the news that, my stepbrother,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you told me
my
about that.
stepbrother, they found my stepbrother. He, found him dead.
Mm-hmm.
So all of this on the anniversary of
Your
that day,
father's death,
and
yeah.
and I kept on saying, when I talked to you, we had plans to just to go and do something. And I was like, I called you, and I never. If I say I'm gonna do something, I stick. But I said, sis, I don't know. I just feel off.
Right.
I'm not feeling today.
Yeah.
I just really didn't want to do anything. And then I really had to look because I didn't even, I'm like, wait a minute, why am I just felt off. I felt a little down, a little emotional. And it's okay to know and recognize when you get like that, those triggers, or when it's just that moment.
Yeah.
And I had to learn that. And that's where I'm at now. I know. And so I said, I said,
Yeah, these folks ain't finna be out here
I said, no,
triggering.
I'm not, today is not, I'm not having a good day.
And we both stayed at home.
And we stay home.
We both stayed at home. I ain't, you ain't finna be, these people ain't finna be out here triggering me.
Yeah. And
Especially when I know I'm in that, like
Yeah.
I'm in that mood where I know if the wrong person say the wrong thing, it's going to take me somewhere that I don't want to be, or possibly take me out of my character. Just stay home.
And I was just
They'll
that,
be
I
there.
was just that fragile.
Right.
And I knew, I said, I'm not, because I could break very easily. It can go either way, and it's not a good thing. So I'm gonna just stay here
'Cause
and
again,
just
we got that Gemini energy.
right.
Yeah.
That
They don't want that Gemini. They do not want that smoke. I'm telling you. I'm just saying.
And but that's good when I know I can call on my sisters to say, okay, and I have somebody to talk to.
Right.
So that's where this person where I'm at today, versus that person where I was before when I got to that dark place.
Yeah.
And wasn't sure about a lot of things.
Yeah, because I pull up. I find you.
I know you'll pull up. You will pull up. I had Eb to pull up one day, and this was actually when it was on March the 17th, which is my father's birthday, but it's also the day my mother passed. And I never take off of work. And I took off of work.
I remember that
day.
I remember that.
And that was the worst thing I could have done because, even for me working, I used to work 7 days a week, going early and be there all day, all evening, because for me, that was how I dealt with those things. So I stayed home. That was the worst thing. I ended up in the bed all day, and I was in a very depressed, sad state, thinking about, like you said, what I could have done differently. Those moments, wow, I miss my dad. Like, here it is, mixed emotions because it's his birthday, he's gone. And the same day my mother passed on his birthday. Like, I was just going through, and I ended up in the bed, and I had Eb. She kept calling me. Like, I had people calling me, and I didn't even want to pick up the phone. Like, I didn't even want to talk. And next thing I know, I hear somebody banging at the door. Like, boom, 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 boom. She couldn't get to the door because the storm door was locked. And she ringing the bell. I get to the door. She was on her break because she worked from home. And she took her break and drove to my house and came busting up in the door. And why is it so dark in here? Well, I'm still in night clothes. And I'm up early. Like, I wasn't asleep. I was just in that place. And I remember her telling me, get up. no, come on, you come into the house. And I was like, I just want to stay home, stay home, stay home, stay home. And she said, no. Some of my other sisters from college, they came up and she said, no, we going to have a sleepover. Just get you a shower and let's go. But it takes having people like that
Yep.
to pull you out.
And
when you get
everybody don't,
and everybody don't have that, and it's needed, because then what happens? Then it's too late. Once this person is gone and you hear, well, why didn't they call me? Why didn't they? Mm-hmm. Because they feel like they can't talk to some people without
Right.
being judged. So they don't say anything.
Exactly. And that's the thing. I don't want people to feel judged.
Right.
A lot of the times we hold things in because of fear of being judged. You know, I held in for 30 years because of fear of being judged. You know, and it really was. It was a fear of being, I was literally feared what people would think of me. You know, and once I got it out, once I realized, you know, everything that happened for me to be able to do what I'm doing right now. Once I realized that, you know, again, I'm very transparent, you know, and because I know everybody, you know, and I don't want it to take another woman 30 years,
Right.
you know.
Or their life,
Or
perhaps, you know,
right.
or, you know, because they just, you know.
Or their life, you know, and I just hate that there's so many, you know, I can only help one at a time or whatever, but, you know, it's so many people who've gone through so many things and they've buried them. And it affects their personality, affects who they are, how they treat people, because they've buried it and it hasn't been dealt with. It's never been dealt with.
Right.
And it changes who you are. So once you finally deal with it, your whole personality changes. Your whole outlook on life, how you look at yourself, how you look at others. You know, I look at people totally different now. I try to find out when somebody is, I keep saying haters, but okay, for example, a hater or whatever. If somebody is doing something negative, derogatory towards me, instead of me saying blah rah rah, boom boom boom, I try to find out where it's coming from now.
Right.
I try to be. I'm serious. The first thing I think of is, where is this coming from? Why is she acting like this or he acting like this? You know, what happened in your life?
Because I didn't do anything.
Because I know I ain't did nothing to you.
Right,
So it's got to come from something else inside you. And so, but instead of me retaliating, I mean, unless I got to defend myself or something, but instead of me retaliating, I will pray for this person first. Stay away from them. You're going to leave me alone. You stay away from me, but I'm going to pray for you, you know, and I hope you get whatever's going on with you resolved.
Right.
Because now you come at me wrong, it's going to be a problem. But I'm going to pray. I'm going to pray for you from a distance so you get yourself together. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
You know, but yeah, that's the first thing I look at now. You know, I used to get defensive and be ready to, you know, I wish some would, da 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 da. Now I just look and see, okay, this is coming from something that she done dealt with or he done dealt with, and pray that they get it resolved and leave me alone.
And I'm the closest target.
Right, I'm your target right now. Right,
Exactly. So I
Yeah.
get it. Well, it has been amazing having you here today, sis. You know, just I'm so thankful and grateful for you to not just have you as a guest, but to have you as my big sis.
Oh, boo.
You know I can call you at any time,
You
and
can, and
and
you
you've
have.
been that person for me as well. You know, and so it keeps me on my toes. You know, and keep me from getting, you know, like I said, to that place again. Yeah. So again, thank you today
Thank
for being
you.
my guest.
Thank
And
you
I
for
would like
having
for
me.
you to also share with the viewers your social media handles.
Okay. IG, I am Tammy D. Taylor _ the brand. Facebook, I'm Tammy D. Taylor. And my website is www.tammydtaylor.com. I would give you my TikTok, but for what?
TikTok gone.
It's gone.
You woke up this morning with that. It was like, oh, it's gone. What we gonna do? But that's okay. That's okay. But you gave your media and they know how to reach you. It's back. I just got word that TikTok is back.
Oh.
You ready? You ready?
I gotta make some videos.
Oh, we know you're gonna make some videos. Yes. Oh my gosh, that is awesome.
Yes, look at
That's Mimi.
look at God.
Melinda. Yes, but thank you again so much, sis. I appreciate it. Again, thank you for joining
Absolutely.
the Let's Talk Health and Wellness with your girl, Lenitra. It has been amazing.
I love you.
I love you too, sis. Thank you.